Gary Lavolsi hates the sound of opening and closing doors, so he decided a loft was the perfect answer for him. If you don't have walls, you don't need doors. Gary and his partner have combined unique architectural accessories with modern furnishings to create a colorful and engaging loft. Gary, this wonderful Palladian window really dominates the space of your entrance.
Well, it was a window we bought from an architectural artifact store on the North Shore of Boston, and this gentleman brings back different things from London and Paris and whatnot, and he brought this back from Liverpool, England. It dates to the 1800s, and it's the first thing you see when you walk in, and it's pretty dramatic.
Great idea.
Thanks very much.
Now I can see you've added artifacts throughout the space.
These 3 tin ceiling tiles we got from a local artist in Boston, and she kind of floated them in the frames, and the color of the frame and the color of the actual tint on the ceiling tiles went well with the color that's on the column.
And they really set the tone for what we're going to see as we enter your space. I don't know if I've ever been in a space that is as clean and lacking in fussiness.
Well, you know, clutter is my enemy, so I just want to keep things neat and clean and linear and go with that.
So how did you determine the layout of the space?
Well, I thought this space here would be the living area with couches and the coffee table. Then more towards the center of the space, I wanted to put the dining room table with the chairs. The back corner, we decided, you know, it's open, it's blank, it's, you know, screaming for something big and dramatic, so that's where the baby grand went.
I hope someone plays it.
Yeah, my buddy plays it.
Oh, good.
I just do the one right-handed thing.
It's not just a prop.
No, not at all.
And when we look in through the center of the space, these lights.
These lights we got at an auction. They were in a warehouse, and they're very, very large holoflame lights, and they're about, I don't know, 30, 35 pounds each, and they're into a concrete ceiling. But again, they're very dramatic, and they look great. They just look great.
Well, the scale is perfect.
Exactly, and they were bigger in the auction and bigger in the truck when we brought them home, but when you get up in the ceiling, they worked out.
You've created a wonderful little niche here.
This sitting room was automatically created by the Palladian window and the wall that houses the refrigerator and cabinets in the kitchen. Put a faux mantelpiece, a mohair chair, table, and a print. The mohair is what they used, from what I'm told, in car interiors from the 30s, and it wears like iron. It's a very comfortable chair, and it just looks great in this room.
Now, the kitchen location, Gary, was predetermined by the plumbing, am I correct?
Correct. The original kitchen was here, and it was an extremely basic kitchen. And what we did was we just, you know, pulled that out and put in the maple cabinets, this wall that houses the refrigerator, and the cabinets around the refrigerator, and this island.
And this was actually walled in, was it not?
There was an L-shaped wall on the corner of the island that went from floor to ceiling, which we took out. It just opened the space up all that much more.
Very interesting sink.
The sink, thank you. The sink is a soapstone sink, and it's just basically a stone box, which came from Vermont Soapstone up in Vermont, and they just quarry the stone right there, and they just put it together, and, you know, no 2 sinks are alike. They just give them the dimensions, and they make you the sink.
Now, is that the same material that's on the island?
No, the island is made of the bar top is a fire slate, which is a man-made product of sand, and it's pressured, and it's much lighter than soapstone, and it's not as expensive, and where the weight isn't a problem, it can cantilever further over.
And what have you put on the floor here?
The floor is a lawn plate rubber floor, which you see in, you know, commercial applications, and it just defined the space, and, you know, if you spilled something on it in the kitchen, it's not a big deal.
Let's move around to this corner, Gary, where we can see all the colors you've incorporated in your loft. And there are a lot.
There are. The kitchen is a maroon, a deep maroon, which I think goes well with the stainless steel countertop, the black sink, and the black cooktop, and the light maple cabinets. And the bedroom we chose is a royal blue, kind of an industrial blue, which goes well with the maple floor.
And a nice color to sleep in.
I think so. The main area is this burnt oranges type of, you know, rust color, which, I mean, no matter what time of the day, it's got a different glow to it, and especially in the late afternoon, early evening, when we get these wonderful sunsets, it really has a nice warm glow to it.
You've added more interesting pieces. You can't miss the barber pole.
The barber pole, this is kind of the Americana corner with all the stripes. The barber pole was got at an auction at the same place the Hall of Fame lights were. And it works, and we just put the Jasper Johns and the striped chest in that corner. And
Now, is that some of your handiwork on the chest?
It's not my handiwork, it's my buddy Jeff's handiwork, but it is handiwork. Yes, we just striped it and then put new hardware on the drawers.
Now, Gary, while you've got very few pieces in your loft, every single one stands out on its own, like the bed.
Thank you. The bed was made by a friend of ours who went into contemporary furniture design, and that was a prototype. I think he has since switched metals and is using copper and stainless steel, but this was a prototype, and he gave it to me, and it works great.
So, Gary, it looks like your work is done here.
Pretty much.
Will you invite me to your next loft?
I will. Thank you.